Greetings everyone, this is Lodrik, and this is the game War in the Pacific Admirals Edition in the match against Dojo. And today we will check turn number 59, means activity and action of the 2nd and 3rd of April 1942. I plan to upload one turn per week and wait for feedback from Dojo. The last 4, 5, 6 weeks I got nothing really back. No new turn, so we will see how this continue. I can do this up to the turn of 71, then the game will be more or less at the end. And we must make a decision if someone else take over or maybe Dojo is then active again. We will see, we will see. This is the future. So now out of Shanghai, out of lockdown, I show you turn number 59. Oops. So in this turn, it is maybe the more main focus point is A. I can bring my 2 Japanese heavy cruisers back to Surabaya. Yes or no? Or maybe 1 or 2 will be lost on the way back. And the other side is if the Ramirez can arrive in Perth, or if maybe 1, 2 Japanese submarines can sneak in and maybe finish off the Ramirez, because the Ramirez is normally now with 4 or 5 confirmed torpedo hits, heavy damage, and maybe not more able to withstand much more damage. So we must wait and see. One other problem occurred last time was with the music. The music is a little loud in the background, so I reduce all the sound effects now, because it's not possible for me to switch off the music, because these are old saved files, and the setup for the files is also saved all together. So if you load an old save game, then the music is automatically activated already. So I cannot change this, but we will see. I hope there will be less issues now. So the night of the 2nd of April was at the end quiet. This is good for me, but maybe also good for Dojo. Looks like Dojo's battleship can maybe survive. This is now my task forces merging. I sent my light cruisers, heavy cruisers to merge with my damaged units and give simply more cover. Because there was still this super big cruiser formation from Dojo somewhere nearby. So here we have a AM. Yeah, this is east of Sydney. My first carrier division is somewhere operate near between New Zealand and Sydney. Maybe I can find some more juicy targets, like last turn already. Yeah, first some recon. Surprise, surprise, these are A-29s, Hudsons. Dojo try to bomb my units, but with not much effect. Again, the star let me know the Dojo try here the long range attack. Okay. And B-17s again. Okay, I let him attack my units. It's really not bothering me much. Only 9 dive bombers? One small gun. Target practice for my dive bombers. 2 bomb hits. A burning cargo ship. 3 bomb hits. So at least 4 bomb hits out of 9 dive bombers. 5 bomb hits now, 5 out of 9. This is, of course, a very good. Now we have 6 hits out of 9. Yeah, these pilots are still so skillful. I don't know if Dojo really can find a way back in this game more. Nothing really important. And something just sunk. Sure what? Maybe the cargo ship. I think the cargo ship was... I don't know more. Maybe it was a Ramillis. It was something from the Allies. Something belonging to Dojo. Because they are still there, but more and more units getting now destroyed, so maybe not more too many left. Yeah, this would be also interesting in the next 2-3 turns. Dojo can take the arm back, yes or no? Or I can crash Dojo's Chinese armies here all around. The whole northern China war area is a little at edge. I have maybe the power, but I don't have the supplies. Maybe Dojo has the supplies, but not the power. Luckily, like I said, it's nearly impossible for Dojo to interfere in my air campaign in China, so that I always have the speed advantage. To control the skies is simply always a big advantage for every army. Yeah, but nothing any special happened this day. The air campaign very standard. Chinese bombardment. Oh, Ceramillis! And a submarine. And one more torpedo hit. Oh, belt armor penetration. Flooding. And two. Okay. Engine hit. 2 torpedo hits. This is now the end for the Ramillis. Hunter, try again. Too late, too little. 2 more hits, but still not sinking. I don't know, this must be hit 5 and 6 maybe now already. And still no sinking sound. Now we get a sinking sound. Okay. Is this the end of the Ramillis? I don't know. But I hope I can believe in it. Maybe my other submarines still pick up. So anyway, this is now the tank army trying to clean up these British forces in the center of Burma. And the British forces are broken. So not much left. All 2 units destroyed, 2 running away, no Japanese losses. No position Dojo can create more here to hold the line. This is a typical bombardment. This will need out some time. Or interesting maybe to see is here that most of my units are really at over 90% TOE. So I think only the 41 first division is maybe a little understrength. The rest is all. These are mixed brigades. They're always around 160 to 200 maximum. The divisions, the Japanese divisions, are normally around 440, roughly 450. This is, I think, the best. 460, 70. So all my units are at least over 90% normally. This division, they all operate very well. Only this one division is maybe at 90%. And compared to Dojo's corps, many are really already damaged here. 26, 17. This is cavalry, this is maybe something else. But here also 87 is also not really high. Again, this year only 15, only 23. So half of Dojo's army is tired and need rest and supplies to recover. So this is all active attack value. All the points you can see, there's always the active units. They are not the disabled units. Disabled units will also defend normally. But this is now only a bombardment, so at the end only I think guns counting here. So this is normally now an advantage outcome for Dojo. Yeah, but it's not really anything important. Okay, I make here some bombardment because I'm still waiting for my second army. He's only the 23rd army, and I think my second army is in Wushu and walking up. So this turn I cannot attack, I only bombard, also to test out how strong is Dojo. And I can see that here is 2 3-star generals with 2 strong Chinese corps and 2 damaged Chinese corps and the base force. The base forces doesn't matter. And I even use my Hong Kong defense forces to attack. Because I simply don't really know why I need their units in Hong Kong back, because Hong Kong don't need any garrison. Okay, so this is a much better outcome for me. This is now a clear victory for the Japanese guns. This is maybe all, I mean, it's not let me win this battle, but at least it will hurt Dojo a little. Okay, this is the second invasion of Gasmata. And I hope that this time the Australian units simply give up. We capture the base. But somehow this Australian and British, I don't know at what point they must better give up. Now they're running back to the jungle. And I have to hunt them down. Yeah, maybe I use only my air force. I take the base, this is the most important. And this is the end of the 2nd April. Good. Most important is 2 more torpedo hits on the Ramillis and the sinking sound. So that is good. And no additional flotation damage for my cruisers. So there's hope. There's at least hope that I can bring them back. Okay, some units arriving. Okay. Oh no! The British are back. How this can happen? Must be some jungle unit hiding there. I really concentrate my base forces at the important bases where I carry oil, supplies, resources. So more merging. So damage control again successful. And no night activity. Somehow Dojo's heavy super big cruiser formation missed my cruisers and my task force. I was not sure if maybe we will have a super big cruiser battle. And again, the submarine. Okay, this time is only city's destroyer. Ah, this is near to California. Okay. Good. I have still some submarines near the coast of California. But I think a dozen, not more. Oh. China. Yeah, nothing critical. Yeah, I let my units rest in Rangoon, like I said, I think last turn already, because it makes no sense. After my units failed last turn so miserably, I let them better take a day or 2 days rest and then come back with new stretch. And morale is the most important. Morale, low fatigue, good order. And then kick out these British forces. And here Dojo with his bomber force. Okay. One of my non-combat units gets destroyed. Okay. More success for Dojo. Looks like my first carrier fleet find nothing more. Pity. This turn looks not so active. My carrier simply cannot find the target. Maybe the last really good months for Japan. Still the balance of power in favor for Japan. I think it will soon be obviously that Dojo normally get much more reinforcements units, and I will be hard pressed if I can reinforce my own army wings and units fast enough, or if I bleed out over time. We will see. Bombardment in China again. And again, this is normally really only to slow down Dojo's forces. Because my unit blocked the direct way to Xi'an, so this Chinese army cannot walk to Xi'an. He must first battle my army, but he did this and failed for this, so he can normally not go directly to Xi'an. He only try to cross the mountains to the west. And I want to delay this as long as possible. And maybe at the same time damage his units. So he need not only longer to return to his own front line, it also means that if after he arrives and after he passes the mountains, that he need maybe 1 or 2 weeks, maybe even a whole month to refit his units. This simply gives me more time to stabilize my units and finish my operation in north of China. Because this also will need maybe 1 or 2 weeks at least. Okay, nothing big happened here, no big outcome. This is maybe really the only land battle. Okay. So, not really a super big, interesting and action-packed turn. Only one small cargo ship sunk by my carrier force and the double torpedo hit on the Armillis and maybe the possible sinking of the battleship. I mean, good points for me if it's really true. And of course, one easy victory against the British forces in Center Burma. I mean, maybe Dojo's forces simply have no anti-tank weapons, so my tanks can clean up the whole area effective. Let's check intelligence report. So the air activity was low as possible. Still, I lost 8 airplanes against flak and 2 operations. 8 airplanes by flak. Ah yeah, this is still flak losses. Again, 5 recon airplanes gets killed by flak. And 3... Oh, these are also recon airplanes. This is Army and this is Navy recon. So I lost 8 recon airplanes and no, number 9. Okay. So I lost 9 recon airplanes and a 0. And out of this 10 airplanes, 8 pilots are killed. Yeah. Good, can happen. Not the best, but I mean, it's nice numbers. 160 to 340. Strange, but it can happen. So ship sunk this turn. Official. Ramillis is not dead, official. No, the Dauntless is dead. I don't know. Somehow these Japanese intelligence reports are always a little... Yeah. I simply don't trust them so much. The small cargo ships, yeah, okay. This is okay. This is Dauntless. I don't know why the Dauntless go down. Anyway, this is a operational report. What else I can show? Maybe Rangoon. So my forces after 1 day rest. So I get the disruption down to under 10. So now I would say my units are ready. The fatigue is still a little high, but it's okay. With this kind of numbers, I would try to attack again. So, and I have still some supplies left for 1 full strike with maximum attack power. Good. Maybe next turn I can take Rangoon. I also take this hex in the center of Burma, so now I can normally force or bring my forces the next hex, and because they are tanks, in 1 turn, it means 2 days, I arrive already next turn in this hex. And next turn I can fight again and maybe then destroy these units. It means and then 1 turn later I can even arrive and then my Tila. So, and then I will see how the situation is here in center of Burma. I have really no idea. Maybe you must use some recon airplanes because I don't have here any scout information. How is the situation here? I think this I must do next turn. I have still 1 or 2 turns left, but I must make pictures for all of the bases in center of Burma to get a feeling where Dojo have his reinforcements. And then maybe I must split my tank units and try to take the bases. Most important is here again this oil, the refineries. And normally this hex is important, or also this hex, because it will cut normally all the logistics. And then if I can maybe bring at least 1 tank unit very quickly here source and block this hex, and then go over the river and take this Ultima hex. And if I can create here the block units, then it's really maybe impossible for Dojo to run away here more. But hard to say, because I still must walk all this way around. I have the highway and I have tanks, so they are fast. But for Dojos there are only very... not many hexes. So more here. So my carriers are on the way back. You can see now this turn The first unit's getting on warning level, so fuel is short. Second India division is also low on fuel, so it's really time to return. And the battleships are behind. They maybe can still give some fuel to the destroyers, and it looks still better, but they all have to return. So this India strike or this India ocean raid is over with some success. Prince of Wales is maybe really dead now. Kill some more airplanes. Give pressure to Dojo. Make it not easy for him to build up India. All is fine. Sumatra, Palembang, no big change. Yeah. I think I will start moving now. I'm still resting. I think I have still 1 day. I think today I will give the units the order to move. And I move in this hex. Then I unite all my forces. And in 2-3 turns I can arrive in Batavia. So maybe in 5 turns I can take Batavia. Here's some British units coming out of the jungle and takes the base back. Okay, Dojo, you can do this. So I will send the next Navy Guard units back and take the base, and then I will use my Air Force to simply bomb you to hell. No big difference here, so let's change where's my units. Aha. So my heavy cruiser formation is now official, more or less out of fuel. I mean, not really. But normally not so critical. I don't know why it shows only, so it's maybe only 8 hexes. Okay. I set the hex points to this base. But now I'm already in range of my Navy bomber. So I was on search and long range and try to... If Dojo would normally come here in range, I will normally attack him, but maybe Dojo plays safe and say, screw it. He maybe try to help the Ramirez in Perth and not try to hunt down my cruisers and destroyers. Anyway, so because now I'm in range of my Navy bombers, I can normally say it's safe. Nearly impossible more for Dojo to come here. I mean, he can maybe do it. But with the risk that my torpedo bomber simply will crash his cruiser formation. And so I will make 1 turn, maybe I can arrive here, and then more turns. So in 2 turns I can maybe arrive in Survive. And the damage looks now still only orange. Nothing is red. I think in the moment something gets red, you really have trouble. But if it's only orange, it's still acceptable. And I had no flotation damage this whole last turn, so if I'm lucky and 1 more turn no flotation damage, then the cruiser is maybe safe. If I get flotation damage, I must maybe make some emergency docking here nearby and maybe fix up the ship a little, at least. So, yeah, and only because here's a tanker. The tanker is here on the way to fill up my formation, to give new fuel. Here's more light cruisers are running here around. Yeah, more light cruisers simply trying to block Dojo and scout the area. I have here also some scout cruisers, so I have here 25 scout planes running here non-stop scout missions, simply to see where is Dojo. Even this is not the best airplanes, but I have them. I only produce Jack airplanes for seaplanes, for these float planes, but this is old stock stuff, so I must consume them over time. And here's my submarine, so I was not sure how Dojo will run here, so I blocked the whole way to Perth. I am still not sure if really the Ramirez is dead, so maybe I will bring this submarines now in the really last text here and see what happened. Or maybe here in the north, because if Dojo's cruisers not hunt my units, then maybe he's on the way to Perth, so maybe I can bring my submarines here in position and create a torpedo hit on one of his cruisers. Hard to say. This is also the outcome of a super risky operation, but no one really realizes because my battleships cross the street of or the best street straight. So here's my battleship formation without detection. So somehow Dojo maybe don't run his detection. So no Navy scouts, I don't know. So I really make a super risky turn. At least normally my intention was maybe to intercept some cargo shipping, but okay, he was not successful. The next task is that I can bring my battleships near to Perth, and then maybe battleships against cruisers is always normally in favor of the battleships. We will see. These are true battleships. I mean, no, they are Congo, so they are not really true battleships, but they're battle cruisers. But a battle cruiser is still normally even better than a battleship, maybe. The armor is still big enough to deflect all 8-inch guns or 6-inch shells. So Dojo can normally not inflict critical hits on my ships. And because these are only 36 centimeter guns, they have normally a faster rate of fire. And 36 centimeter shell is still normally always a lot of damage for me. If I remember my poor Japanese cruisers, and they are heavy built compared to the Allies, 2-3 hits and it's normally over. So what else I can say? Where's my first carrier division? New Zealand. Ah, here. So here's my carrier division, but I'm running also low on fuel. So I'm not more sure if I really can stay here much longer. I have here one task force, a heavy cruiser and a destroyer, but running source east. So maybe in this area is some shipping. Before Dojo maybe had here more in the north, in the Auckland line, but maybe he's now sourced to the Churchtown line. I'm not sure if I can bring my carriers more source in risking running out of fuel. We will see. Anything else? So submarines here, trying to interdict something, but nothing happened here. Submarines, but nothing. Nedini. No. I don't really know how to pronounce this. Nedini. Yeah. So I bring only here more supplies. Slowly I bring you supplies and maybe later fuel, and normally I need much more equipment. But there's never enough equipment for the Japanese compared to the Allies. I think everything is too less. Everything is too less. Tulagi looks also not much better, only a base force and some Navy Guard units, so only to make sure that at least I can hold the base against something. I don't believe that Dojo will ever try something strange, but maybe. Not more much to say about this. I think this is all because there was not more much in this turn, so. And last turn I talk already a lot. Philippines looks now really clean. There's only these 2 last American bases. I already land with some units here, but this is only block forces to control the port. Sooner or later I need here some Navy Guard units and then clean up. And Philippines are 100% under control. Yeah, I really think there's nothing more left. Yeah. Here maybe source of China. So I make the bombardment, and then in the last moment my units arrive. So normally I want to attack this turn, but Dojo run away. So I have here now only my garrison units, and then I have now here the 13th and the 23rd army together, linked up. With 4,285 attack value and just enough supplies to maintain this. So I have to take this small road in this rough terrain and walk here maybe 1 week to I don't know if Dojo would run away again. I don't know if I can catch him. We will see. There's still one Chinese unit somewhere. So I was able to bring my second division here, and just in time, of course, Dojo run out of the hex. Yeah. Luckily, I have now the highway, so I can now try to run on the highway, and I can use my army to slow him down. So I can walk full speed on highway, and Dojo can only walk combat speed on highway. Normally, I mean, I don't know really where he won't escape. Sooner or later, I will catch him. Dojo is also coming out of the mountains and try to run on Nanyang. I don't know if he detect Nanyang because I only see here one unit coming. This is too little, of course. But he's also now behind me. Yeah, still a mess here. Also, Dojo was able to outrun my lines and is now here on the other side of the riverbank. So, yeah, Dojo tried to block all my supply lines here. Luckily, I have still the supply line here coming, going here around. But if this is enough to supply my army, I don't know. I have here still supplies. I was able to bring supplies. I think 1 or 2 hexes Dojo blocked me completely, but then something happened and I get supplies again to the north. So I have supplies here with my 6,733 attack value army. So this is a big army. I must wipe out this Chinese Dojo army now, and then I must try to walk back. But this needs time because I'm here in the high mountains on only small roads. 2 weeks at least needs this operation. I'm afraid of. Yeah. So I think that's all. Industry I already talked last time. I think not more much to say. Engine production is running up. More engines. And aircraft production. I increase the roofs a little because then after I have 30 I can change the roof to 0 R&D. And yeah, with Helen the same. I bring them all to 30. Then I think I will change at least one factory from the Helen 1A to the Helen 2A R&D. And maybe the same now with the Key 46 because I have already 75 in pool. This is far too much normally. I can normally change this to R&D now. Oscars I still must produce, and zeros I think I keep the big factory first. Make no sense for me to change a 60 factory to R&D. This is waste. Good. Thank you all. See you. Bye bye.